like to start this conversation.
Okay, let us start.
Hello, everybody. It's me again. I know you love to see my face, and I love to be here because I love attention. My name is Roberta Bobbie, and I am here for another hour on Heartfelt with Bobbie here on DWJ. And as usual, my beautiful, beautiful, lovely, darling mother, Felgona Oyuga, is here today. And today we are here to discuss something najua itawatouch. Na wengine sana watatoka kwa hii conversation kama wamekasirika because we are calling them out.
Yes.
I'd love for us to dive into misogyny, misogynoir, and pick-me-ism. I know a lot of you guys on the internet have been seeing the word pick me women, pick me, sha, but you don't really know what it means or you don't understand where it's coming from. And before I give my definition, I'd love to hear Felgona. What do you think being a pick me means? What does it mean to you? What do you think it means, or how have you seen this word being used?
Okay, I've seen it being used everywhere. You know, sometimes even when it's not warranted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost becoming the new bitch. You're such a pick-me-sha. I mean, it means many things to many people, but for me, I would say it means a woman who betrays herself to be chosen by...
Kwani wewe ni dictionary? Umeisemaje so simple, brief, perfect, straight to the point.
Sisi ni watoto wa 844.
Tulisoma yenyewe.
Yeah, so that's what I would basically put it to. You betray yourself just to be picked. Yeah.
And what does that look like? I mean, in practical life, because I feel like some people are pick-me's, but they do not even know that they are, because this is their way of life. This is the only thing they know. Yeah. So when you come and start calling them a pick-me, and they now when you umesema, it's just as it's as common as the word bitch. They're like, okay, yeah, I am a bitch. So what? So what does it look like in real time for someone to be exhibiting these attributes of someone who is sacrificing themselves to be chosen by someone else?
And you see, the danger with it is sometimes you sacrifice yourself and even somebody else because you believe the higher good is to be chosen. As you said, rightfully said, not many of us know we are. And I don't think it can be like a permanent position. You know, it's not a permanent situation. I'd say pick-me-sha sometimes like a cold. You know, sometimes your immunity is strong, and sometimes
it can come and go.
It can come and go.
Even if I'm aware and like I know stuff.
Even if you're aware, and I think that's why we should go gentle sometimes on people, because sometimes people are trying to survive. Sometimes people have been conditioned in such a way. There was maybe a lot of trauma, and you know the repercussions if you do not follow this kind of line. You know, people have been abused, unalived, so there's a lot of things that go into it. So it's not as simple as I have decided to talk to my boyfriend instead of my friend. You know, there's some people who simplify to that point.
Oh, like Felly's always with her her boyfriend.
With her boyfriend.
She doesn't hang out with us. She's such a pick-me.
Yes, yeah. Those ones.
Does that qualify you to be a pick-me?
I don't think so. I mean, because I'm trying not to use this word because I've been laughing at people. No, I've been saying it's such a nuanced.
Even me, I've been using the word nuance a lot.
It's been old fashioned.
Lakini, we kind of have to, because yenyewe ni nuance.
But I'm just like, what? There was nothing else before that was nuanced.
We didn't know it was nuanced.
It was in the dictionary all this time.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so it's that's why I said it's like a cold. It's not a permanent position. You can get better, but we can't say that you're going to be 100% what we want, because then that will mean control. Then it beats the whole purpose of everything, because human beings have human experiences, and sometimes those experiences are as a result of some of the things we go through, how we are brought up, and even just who we are. As just the same way there are shy people, there are more confident people, the introverts, whatever. So you cannot
more personality things.
Yes. So it can't be a stamp that we just put on people, because life is not black and white, where we can say this is a set of rules. 1, 2, 3. If you do any of this, you're a pick-me-sha. There's nothing we can do about it. And now you must face the consequences. You know,
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like the law. You know, it's who argues it better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the person who, you know, wins or gets away with it. So in as much as we want to call it out, it must be done in a way that we are not insensitive. We do not then become the very thing we are trying to work against, because I see those undertones a lot when it comes to feminism and the whole movement, that we want people to make their choice, but if you make this choice,
But a choice that makes me feel
exactly,
good.
yes,
Not your choice.
not your choice. But I'm here saying I'm fighting for women's rights. Women have the right to make their own choices.
Yeah.
But not that one.
Yeah.
Don't
Or not
make
like
that
that.
choice. Yeah. So then what are you again at the end of it? So I think what we should be discussing or about the conversation around all this pygmisha should be the dangers.
And right before we go into the dangers, what prompted this conversation is you and I were having our little tete-a-tete, as we do.
Yes.
And we were discussing the difference in dynamics between friendships amongst the women in your age and friendships in the women around my age group.
Yes.
And we were kind of at, is it loggerheads? But like you were explaining to me the challenges that you're facing existing as a woman in your age, because you're you're very liberal, you're very open-minded, consistently ready to learn, super aware, super cognizant of even your surroundings and the people around you.
Yeah.
Whereas you're growing up in an environment, or let me say in an age group with women who have been taught to cater to the male gaze. These women were brought up, walizaliwa in situations where, you know, your whole life was supposed to cater to a man.
A man, yes.
You build him, you start with him, you love him through whatever.
With him you endure. And you know, those days we'd be told marriage is pain. You know, you must
marriage
suffer.
is hard work.
Yes.
You must persevere.
Your knees must be bruised because you are always at the altar praying. And you know, you're right. Those are some of the, and it's hard. I won't even lie to you that it's not hard. It's hard. I was talking to an old man.
How old is old?
This old man, he says he's a couple of years to 80, and he really wants to die at 80. And I keep telling him, no, please don't do that. And he says, okay, like for you, you're born before your time. That's your curse. And maybe I think that's the curse that I have to bear. Yes, or maybe in the wrong place where people think, you know, sometimes somebody comes up to me and like, I wish I was like you. You're such a, I don't care.
You're
I'm
so
like,
bold.
You're just like, what do you mean I don't care? I'm talking about things I care about. Are you fucking crazy?
It's because you're nuanced. The level, it's because they care about different things. I was gonna say the difference I see, you know, between your generation and mine is that amongst my age group, there's a little bit less of this. Right now, we're a bit more empowered. You know what you are. We're more empowered. We're very vocal. We're very much aware. We're able to stand our ground, set our boundaries, communicate our needs, and even go
and demand.
Exactly, very aggressively. What it is,
yes.
Though you also don't care. Because I
don't care. And you know, it is so unfortunate that somebody sits down and listens to me and thinks that I might just be ranting. I don't care. What I care. That is why I'm talking.
To be honest, I think they think you're almost a mad woman.
Exactly. No, there's. I mean, I've been labeled very many things. And sometimes also, I've also had to grapple with femininity and masculinity, because people will want to say, oh, you're more masculine. And then you get into spaces.
I have been there when you've been told that.
Yes. So people will think because you are able to articulate what it is that you need or what you expect, that you are aware, that you're able to sit down and do some research on something, you know, and that you're able to stand up somewhere and say, guys, this is my opinion. I know it's not popular, but it's my opinion. And people think, oh, you're too masculine. And I start wondering, why is it that good traits, leadership traits, you know, intelligence, confidence, awareness are masculine traits. Being vocal, yes. So then what are feminine traits? And you see, then now, those are the dangerous lines we play along, because what we are saying now are feminine traits are usually infantile. I don't know anything. I can't do anything.
To subjugate you.
Yes, I can't talk where people are. You're just...
I have to be timid and
yeah, I'm just sitting and I'm quite... No, it doesn't work that way. So that's what I'm saying. Even this pick-me-sha, as much as it harasses us a lot, we need to be able to sit down and discuss it in such a way where we are not confusing things, where we give people grace to grow. I know it's not easy. Because I've been in, and I sometimes still in situations where I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with this stupid woman?
Because my next question is that,
Yeah.
you're talking about grace and granting grace, but you're in a situation where you're surrounded by women who are like this, like,
and they're
this
not
is
giving
their
me grace.
DNA.
Yeah.
So how are you surviving? And before you answer that, when we're having this conversation over text, I told you I know of one pick-me who's, I don't want to mention her here, who's in my life.
Yes.
But this person is someone I actually love and I care about, and I cannot discard them. But I see this show up a lot. Like, even in our arguments, she will defend her husband, her son, before me.
Or an uncle or somebody.
No matter what the situation. So I'm wondering, as you speak about grace, I'm just wondering, Felly, ni grace gani hii unataka nipe mtu?
Yes.
Considering how dangerous
it is.
People who pander to the male gaze can be. And maybe, should we start with the dangers first, or should you answer me about this grace thing?
Let me answer about the grace, then we come to the dangers, because then maybe we can understand how hard it is to give grace.
Okay.
I'm saying give grace, and remember I said not that it is easy, it is so hard.
Okay.
But you must also protect yourself at the end of the day. And I'm so big on centering self, because I know once I center myself, then I can understand what you are going through, because I have centered myself. Then I'm better for women than a woman who is for men, or a woman who is for women. It has to be a woman who is for self. Yes.
Because they can understand when you're centering self as well.
Yes.
And even teach you how to...
teach you, yes. Because you've been patient with yourself. Your biggest assignment is you. And if you are very honest with yourself and sit down, and those are the hardest conversations to have, and they're the hardest things to replay. Sometimes you're replaying an experience, you're like, oh my God, what was wrong with me?
Yeah.
But then in that state, you give yourself grace and you learn from it. And then you're able to see it in somebody else and not be quick to jump on their throat, But now you're saying, okay, you know what? I also went through something.
I was here once.
Yes. I didn't just wake up in the morning and one day I was talking like this.
Yes.
I wasn't, and I've had to battle a lot of it, because I grew up. And this is the interesting thing also, and people also must realize. And I think somebody mentioned it. I saw it somewhere, where she said, "My mother is a pick-me, but if a man would do me wrong, she would be the one to kill that man." You understand? So
yes,
there are places
so it's
where
like you have to.
There are places where they balance. So this is wrong, but you're saying, okay, this I can live with, but I'm not going to allow anybody to do this to my child. Okay, maybe I can't do anything about mine, but I can do something for somebody else. That's why it is a very
nuanced.
It's a very nuanced.
As a victim of this, this pick-me-sha, this one,
yes,
that you've just mentioned. How do I draw the line?
Yeah.
Because I've actively been in situations where my life has been put in near danger
yes,
in death.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I've also been in situations where maybe I've put other people in danger because I did not know, I did not understand the magnitude of the danger that they were in.
Yes.
So how am I going to be able to measure that, okay, this is my mother, she's a pick-me, but she'll protect me from men if needed. How am I going to see? How am I... I feel like it's that conversation for not all men.
Yes,
nobody has a label written on here.
Isn't, yes.
So how will I know then?
Because I think everybody has a degree, and I think it will go getting finished now as the generations go down. Because my grandmother is not my mother. Whatever she went through, and there are things she said, you know what? And I've spoken about this because my grandmother that I'm named after, didn't really go to school. I think dropped out in class 2 or 4, and then was married as a teenager, a young teen, and had nothing. So basically had to pull herself out from everything that was bad. And for her, she thought, okay, I'm in this situation. And she was in a situation where she couldn't even buy land. If she was buying land, it had to be in her husband's name. Anything she bought was in her husband's name. So it didn't care how much work she did. But then now, since she knew she was there and there's nothing she could do about it, or she decided there's nothing much she could do about it, then she empowered her daughter and said, you know what, go to school, have your own money. Money that doesn't involve fuck this guy. Yes, fuck you, man. Your fuck you fund. Doesn't involve this guy. And so then my mother had something one up, despite the fact that my grandma was not for divorce. You see, but
now I see the levels.
You see the levels keep going down. So then now my mother comes to me and says, okay, I did this, but now do this and do the other. If you see any signs, Nani, bolt. Don't wait to be killed or to get some disease. Don't wait. You see something, be out. It doesn't matter whether you have 1 shilling or 100 shillings. That being alive out there is better than being sick here in a house, or being without an eye, or not, going mad or whatever it is. So you see, again, that went down. But then you see, but my mother was like, if you get divorced, you can't remarry because that is a sin, that adultery that the Bible says. Mina, come in.
Wire.
And now.
Steamer.
Yes. Now I've
marry.
Yes.
Divorce.
Yes. Try
again. Become a second wife even.
Yes. If you go number 3, number 4, Nani, you get inside. Get your space, whatever. And then also just add that this is not the enemy. Use a lot of your intelligence, a lot of your intuition as a woman. Don't just go there just waiting for things to happen. Take part, So we are actively part of the choosing. Because most of us, we were taught, if you are choosing, you're too forward, you're too whatever. Men don't like such women. So you sit and you wait. And the person who chooses you is not even your choice.
He's not even your type.
He's not your type. He's not your anything. And you just like, look. And then you're there trying to scrub him. Then after you scrub him, he thinks he's the prize. You're not there. So now I enter with a different one. And I'm sure my daughter will. So it will go until I think at some point it balances where people are able to look at each other as equals. Not really equals because even as women, we're not equal. Yes. But I come onto the table knowing we are 2 adults. Can we plan this thing? Are we able to live together? And if we're able to live together, how? And are these conversations that we continue having? And I am going to continue talking about it. In my book, I say that because there's one chapter where I actually tell women, have an affair. It's an option. It's not literal, go right now and get out and have an affair. But it's an option. You see, when we get married, do
you mean within marriage?
Within marriage, yes.
Ooh.
Have an affair. When you get married, it is a given. You are told from the beginning as a woman that you must do all you can because men have affairs. So you're going to marriage that way.
Knowing.
Yes. And those are the big things that we have been taught.
Kind of accept that this is how men are.
Yes. They are going to have affairs. So for them, it's an option. That's why a man doesn't really harass himself over a relationship because he has an option that is accepted. Yeah, that he's having an affair. Bibi yake alifanya nini? Anavanga nguo nini? Alijiachilia. Akona watoto ngapi? Amenona. Those whatever. Sana pikanga. Na huyo mama si ameshindaka touch.
Anachanga house ya apike bwanake.
Bas. She's so busy in the office. She's become a career woman now. She doesn't look after her husband. So for him, he goes in knowing that way. But for us, we also go in knowing that. And our biggest mission is to make sure that it doesn't happen. How about we go in, both of us knowing we have that option? Yeah.
Level playing field.
Yes. Nani, tuko hapa. I want to be here. You want to be here. Because I don't believe anybody starts off saying, I'm going to, okay, there are those who do. Yeah. But we are talking about sane people.
No, today we're talking about grown-ups, healthy people.
Yes. When you come to the table, everybody's like, we love each other. We want to do everything to protect. But also let us know that if I'm not getting what I need, I have going to look out.
Hero is waiting for me.
Even you have somebody. Everybody knows. Let's all go knowing we have options. And then let's work that way. Yeah. So those are, you see now, the Pikmisha advice, the
switches.
Yeah, and how it changes,
Yeah.
So it keeps changing. So also in the same breath, there are women who are told, because we have been told the best thing that can happen to you, and your ultimate is to get married, and that's another Pikmisha angle, because this is now a crazy woman, and it's very dangerous. We've just kind of jumped into the dangers.
Yes, let's just book that
yes.
bridge and enter into that. What does because you said these signs can be different. It can look like anything. But we've seen actively that women who have internalized misogyny, today we're not talking even about the men, just women who have internalized misogyny, these are these Pikmishas,
yes,
who would rather they be chosen at the expense of anything,
even their children sometimes. Yeah,
not even sometimes, all the time. Yani, there's nothing wrong you can say about a man that is in their life, regardless of whether that man is actually crazy or even a murderer. So what are some of the things that we should be able to look out for and feel, and what are some of these dangers that these women can put you in?
Yeah.
And I am asking this question because, in the dynamic between the different dynamics within the women in my age group, this is not something I remember. Even when you're telling me this story, I was actually genuinely shocked, because I can't imagine
that
a woman doing this to me. But that doesn't mean that women aren't doing this.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that women aren't evil and vindictive,
because women are women.
They
and
are
human. And
si unaona huyo mama wa huyo neighbor wetu huko venye amewafungia ma internet na
imagine, yes,
watu wanauliwa.
Exactly. Because people start thinking, oh, it's a woman. And I think we need to get out of that thing. We need to look at people as human beings. Yes, there are situations where women are marginalized. We're not going to take that away from anybody. We're not going to pretend it doesn't happen. But by the time a woman gets up and she's standing for president, for MP, for whatever, then now we are just looking at you as all MPs. And we're looking at you as all presidents. We're not going to say you are a woman, we expect you to do 1, 2, 3. No, we expect this because you are a good leader.
Yes.
Yeah, simple.
You being a woman is just details.
Those are details. Yeah, those are nuances.
Yeah. We should name this episode the nuances. Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem that we have with Pikmis, and when it starts getting dangerous, is when, first of all, we are told that the ultimate is marriage. The ultimate is a man. And it takes on different things, even for people who think they are empowered. And
it's so crazy, because you'll see a very well-learned, educated, smart woman, but the reasoning is just the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes on, and those ones now can even be dangerous to their children and themselves. I mean, like, we grew up knowing certain magistrates, female magistrates, would be beaten by their husbands, and they're being guarded by APs. How many female officers do we know that are experience domestic abuse? But you can come out here and say one thing, but then those are dangerous, because then if you go to report, they tell you, atiwe linda boma yako.
Actually, when you go to report, they tell you mambo ya nyumbani.
Yeah, linda boma yako. They tell you, where mama enda ulinde boma yako. So you see now the dangers, that because then now we are not able.
So even her, she's not believed now.
Yes.
So she's messing it up for everybody,
because for her, it's okay, because as long as I am married, which is the most important thing.
As long as a man picked me.
Yes, I'm married. I'm a married woman. So somehow I rank higher than other women. Because you hear somebody, but she's a married woman, so, she's, we are all citizens.
All girls.
Yeah. Once we have reached 18, we are just citizens. Yeah, everybody's capable of something, and everybody's not capable of anything, So she's here because she's a pick me. Then now we are not able to have, you can't have your rights protected, because if I'm being abused and I find her, and she's also abused at home, and she says that's how we do it for marriage, the ultimate is marriage.
Oh my God,
how are you going to get any justice?
You're blowing my mind now.
There's sometimes you even think of some of the things that go on in this country, and we have female leaders. You see, that's why I was telling you, we need to stop now judging people because you're a female, because they have shown us actually it's either
they're just as ruthless.
Yeah, and sometimes as useless. Yeah. So it's either you are somebody who understands human beings and you really have a call to do this thing beyond trying to go and get whatever you can get, or you are not anything at all. We have so many female leaders for women to be going through what we are going through. We have had female leaders for a long time for women to still be going through what they are going through. But it's those elements of pick-me-shaism, that we don't understand, because we think, but she's a leader. Oh, she's a magistrate. Oh, she's a cop. Oh, she's in the army. Oh, she's a president. Oh, because then you carry those things, and then now you are dangerous. That's why we are moving in circles and wondering all these years since my mother started singing people are going to Beijing until now. We can't be fighting some things, But it's because we have pick-me-shares in positions of power.
It's a system.
And it's dangerous. So now that is position of power. You even then come down. Remember, our biggest thing is what? Is getting married and having a man to yourself. That is the thing.
Ultimate goal.
So now you find a woman who meets a man and he happens to be married. But remember, what is my goal?
Me lazima niolewe.
And to one man. And for myself. Because I am empowered, I have high self-esteem, I can't share man. So you come and find these people who are living happily. But now suddenly, it's just like that woman must go for me to have my ideal, whatever. What are you? So now you could have actually lived with this man. It could have been a polygamous situation. But now you, and your pick-me-shaism, you have decided, but you think you're empowered because you want him to yourself. The fact that I'm not going to be a second wife.
I need my man and I want to keep him to myself.
Exactly. Yeah, then go and get one that you have for yourself. Don't take it. Yes. But now this one, you think you are better because what you do is you come in and frustrate that woman and you use everything. From witchcraft to abuse to using this man to neglect his children, do anything to make sure that this woman lives. In fact, even Christians do it. I've had situations where a woman says I met him, he was married, but that was not his real wife in the spirit.
God showed me
it was me. So I had to pray dangerous prayers to get her out. What is that? What the fuck is that?
I fasted for 72
days. Thank you. Until she left. She was not a CG, she was, I don't know, doing what. People come up with all manner of crazy things. And
this is sounding like some sort of psychosis.
Thank you. That's why I said that it's
because
like
I don't see a normal person.
And you would think it is an uneducated woman somewhere who's not exposed or anything. There are these women here who are doing very big jobs in this.
This is crazy whatever. Because I've actually witnessed women in power on pulpits in this political rally thing stand up and say things about such issues, such pertinent issues. They're talking about wanawake mtulie, wanaume wawapange, or big women, like women people are looking up to in the country. Anasimamashwa kwa pulpit anaambiwa zunguka watu waone huku nyuma.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So it is
because
so
they do you think in that moment the woman has a fear of
repercussions?
Yes. A fear of not being chosen.
Remember, exactly. Remember, we had said sometimes you are doing something not because you don't know, but you know what the repercussions are. Yeah. So you cannot. That's why we said we cannot give you that stamp, and you walk around with it every day because some days it is on 0. Then the days your life is in danger, it goes to 100.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous still for everybody. But these are conversations we must have so that then when you're centering yourself, then you understand why you're doing things, and then you can then quickly decide, what do I do so that I'm never in a situation like this again?
Now I can understand why these people are saying what did you call it when you're saying I forget what you said. Kusema wewe ni you're bold.
I don't care.
Don't care. I can see why they're saying you don't care. It's because first of all your things you care about are different. Them they care about being chosen. You care about being happy and being yourself.
Yeah.
But how can we navigate this situation? Because it's almost seeming like sometimes a woman is acting like this because they themselves are in danger.
Yes, but it's because they don't know how they keep getting into danger.
So how are
Because
they getting into this
because
danger?
you have not sat down with yourself and centered yourself. You know, sometimes you keep running to the same problem, start thinking you have been cast, but you keep making the same decisions, and those decisions lead you to that point.
Same results.
Yes, but you see, you believe you are empowered, you believe you are a feminist, you believe you know better than everybody else. Yeah, when in most cases, most women who are doing all these things, you know, we're just women at the end of the day. So it's so important to center self. Once I am centered and I understand my fears and I understand what I could run into. I was telling somebody the other day and he was really laughing, but it's one of the things I found out about myself. Because, okay, so I was married till about 30, 31. I'd only dated one man. So in my 30s was my 20s. It's when I was figuring out shit. So I'd actually even say 30s to maybe 43, 44. I was still figuring out shit, figuring out men, figuring out life, figuring out finances, you know, and all this time while even trying to parent, trying to figure out what it is that I want to do with my life, you know, what do I need, what is good for me and what is not. Until I centered myself. Then my choices in men changed.
What does
My
this
choices
centering
in-
yourself look like? I feel like we throw words around.
Yes.
But someone would be
Would be like,
asking,
yes.
okay, where do I start? Because even
Yes.
things like love
It's
yourself.
choosing-
I
it's
love myself. What
yeah.
does that look like
It's choosing
practically?
yourself. It's choosing yourself. In fact, even if we simplify it more, it's parenting yourself. Because a lot of us don't parent ourselves. We were parented maybe until 20. Our parents did their best. And sometimes the best is not it. Maybe it's outdated. You know, the times are different. You can't fault them. They tried. They kept you alive. You've gotten to 20. You know. But now you must then parent yourself. And this is one of the reasons also I insist that my kids don't get, both my son and my girls, don't get married till you are 28, 29, 30. Use now your 20s to parent yourself. Because I know I made mistakes. I'm never going to stand somewhere and say I did everything right. Oh my God, I did a lot of... In fact, I'm surprised you people can talk.
You guys are alive and healthy.
And you like me.
The liking you part is so important. Yeah.
That we can hang out and people will just want to hang out with me. You know, for me, I'm just like, okay, I managed. Yeah. So it's parenting yourself. It's putting yourself in the center. You know that thing where you have 2 pieces of cake? But because you know the way we are taught as Africans, because you want to be good, you give the big one to the next person, take the small one. So now we're using the cake as life. You don't give out the big part. Take that big part and eat that big part. That looks like sitting down with yourself and acknowledging a lot of things you have gone through. Saying, okay, this was done to me, it wasn't right. Acknowledge also what you did, the parts you played. Acknowledge the fears. Because, you know, many times, a lot of things we do is out of fear. But we want to come out looking so tough that we don't want to show people we fear.
Especially women.
Yeah. Because you think that if I show any vulnerability is what they're going to use to hit at me. But Dani, right now, there's nothing you can say about me that is going to hurt me. Because I've
You probably said
it to myself. You know, and I was there and it's my story. Imagine that's what it happened to me, and things happened to people. And it wasn't because I'm a bad person, and it's not because I'm a good person. It's because life happens. So you sit down and have those really honest conversations with yourself. Ask yourself, why do you keep going to this same type of friend, this same type of man? What is it about me that is attracted to that pain? What is it about me that I keep picking people that don't want to pick me? I pick people that take me so lightly, so for granted. Nothing about me to them is serious. Why is it that I pick people who are threatened by me? Why am I in these circles? Why don't I feel that I should be in that circle? Why am I picking this type of people, these basics? And my mind is for that type of people. Why am I picking this man who I know is already even playing in my face? Day one, you are on a date and is looking at women as they're passing and whatever, and you're there trying to get him back.
You still want him to choose
yes,
you.
choose me.
Can you see me?
Can see me?
I'm here on this table.
Yeah, and you really want to be the one that is chosen. Yeah, and like for me, I'll be honest and say, especially coming from a point of divorce, you're like, okay, why didn't you fight harder? So you're looking for somebody who you have to fight with for you, you know. Then when you realize, you're like, nah, you won't pull me into that thing, Danny. So these days I just chill. I just like, and I tell people openly, me, I'll ban this place. I don't want people playing with me. I've already accepted who I am. Anyone who plays with me, we are fighting. So I see a fight. I'm just like, yeah, I'll ban this place now. Watch it, Nikoni. It doesn't matter what you tell you. I just laugh with you. And I go home. Because I know if I get involved with you right now, who I am now, my friend, something is going to be on fire. And it's not me. Yeah. So we really need to get to those places where we understand why we are doing what we are doing. Why is it that you are being so greedy? Why do you feel like things are scarce? And that's part of being a pick-me-show, wanting to be chosen. It's because you think there's scarcity. And I keep telling people, and I think that's one of the best things my mother did for me. I think I was maybe 16 or what, and boy crazy, of course. And my mother kept telling me, they are men.
But
There are so many men. That time, of course, I don't understand. But now it reached a point where I was just like, she's making sense. They are men. You can appear with 4 children, 5. Have a pet hyena and a crocodile. Pray to a snake in a pot.
And a rainbow chicken.
Yes. And that time, and you are dressed like I don't know what. And there's somebody who says, that's my type, kabsa. Yes. And not even one. Do you know how many people there on this planet? But we have been taught so much that there's scarcity. So we are performing. We're out here performing for men. But we should get to a point where we say, you know what? I'd be okay even if I don't get one. I'd like one. I mean, if that's what you want, if you want men or if you want whatever it is you want, don't make it be animals or children. Yeah. But I'd want a woman or I want a man, I will get one. But if I don't get what I want, not that there are no men, what I want.
Because now we've said we're the choosers.
We're not waiting to be chosen. Yes. Yeah. So you tell yourself, I'd be okay to wait. If I don't get one now, if I get one later, but I want what I want. Because it is better to have 2 years of bliss than be in prison, in hell with somebody for 23 years so that you can say you are married. And people don't understand how heavy it is to be in a place where you are alone with people. For somebody said, I'd rather be alone because I'm by myself, yes, than alone with people. Yeah. So those are conversations you must really want to have. They're not easy conversations to have. And I'm not going to tell you that it's going to take you 2 days. Because remember I told you today, the pick-me-show will be at 0. Tomorrow it'll get to 100.
In that line.
All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. Everybody says that there is no job. And that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke. And now, back to programming.
So do you think all of us have some degrees of misogynoir within ourselves?
We do.
Regardless of, how aware and awake we are?
We do. And if you allow yourself to tell yourself the truth, you will see it. And sometimes, remember the way we have said, it's not always as I'm selling Bobbie because I want this man to like me. It can also just be thinking I'm better than Bobbie. Why can't we all just be better? But you see, because we have grown in a situation where we have always been, they pit us against each other. So at some point you'll feel something because he said I'm pretty and he didn't say that he's pretty. It's somewhere, and then you have to catch yourself and say, fuck off, you can't be that needy.
Are you just calling me out? Are you calling us out?
So yeah, that's how it is.
Do you think it's a natural human, not naturality, we are born with it, but like because of how we've been socialized, like you said, we're constantly pitting ourselves against each other. Do you think it's just like a natural occurrence and then now you have to unlearn it as you go along?
You have to. I think we are all born that way, men and women. We are born with a certain degree of selfishness because you come out to survive. You're not coming, that's the natural order. Is like, I need to survive, I need to be bigger, stronger, depending on what environment you are born into. Does this environment need me to be bigger and stronger? Does the environment need me to be pretty and intelligent? Does the environment need me to? So that's how you come out. But then now, because we are intelligent beings and there's an order, though it is a social construct, there's something that goes around. So then you must then tweak and learn how to live. I can be confident without making it a problem for you. I can be beautiful without making it a problem for you.
But see, that's a perfect human being.
That's a perfect, and that's what we're striving for anyway.
Because I'm trying to think. I mean, like I as a person, I don't even want anything anyone has. I'm hardly ever jealous. Of course, I get jealous, but like not envy atile malicious. What you're talking about almost seems like a perfect human being.
But what I'm saying is, we have accepted that it will happen. That's why we are saying you can't say, I'm not a pick me, shall never be, I will not. You understand? We are saying that I know what I'm capable of. And one of the quotes that I love and live by is by Terence, an old playwright. And I inherited him from Maya Angelou, who said, I am human. Anything a human being can do, I can do. Nothing human is alien to me. So, when you have all that in your mind, I understand that if there's somebody doing this, I can do it. It humbles me. Yeah.
It allows you now to have that grace you were talking about.
Yes. And even sometimes, it's not even grace for people as such. It's for you.
For self.
Yes. Because, you're trying to make your life a bit easier on this earth. If I understand human beings, then I'm not outside fighting all the time. And I don't care. You're just like...
Because humans being do be fighting.
Yes. Yeah, you're just like, that it's none of my business.
Yeah.
And somebody was saying that one of the best things I like about myself is that I know when it's none of my business. You're just like, you stay away. So if more people then learn that, then we will not be fighting useless fights, with each other. Because then we understand where people are coming from, and when we also understand what it is that triggers us, that now I want to make noise. It's not perfect, and you're never going to perfect it. And that's the thing. You're never going to be a perfect human being. You're always going to have those things. You'll have those moments. But when you are aware, then you then are different. Again, remember we're saying we're not perfect. In that same breath, there are people then you must let go of. That is part of centering self. Because I can't tell you all the time you're doing this to me and you keep doing it. you know. Yeah,
Yes.
I can't tell you that you keep putting me in danger. I can't tell you that, you're playing. I mean, first, there are basics. There are basics for a human being. At this age, there are some things you can't be doing to people and saying that you didn't know, that the devil possessed you, because the devil possessed both of us. Yeah, if you don't want him to possess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are some things still. There are some things that bare minimum.
Human decency.
If you're going to be friends, this is bare minimum. Yeah, I don't expect you to be doing this. I don't expect you to be doing the other. You can't do the other. But then now, when it now becomes a whole show, then I can't, if you want forgiveness, go to church.
Go to Jesus.
Jesus, yeah, it's not me. I don't do that, whatever. So I must protect myself. Yeah, that we have to be very clear about, that we have come together. If it can't work, Nani, it can't. Friends, whatever, even family. It reaches a point where it's even family. Yeah, I'm not denying that we are related, but we are not going to do this, because you cannot keep putting me.
What does protecting yourself look like? Not talking to each other anymore?
Sometimes it's not talking to each other anymore. You can call me if there's an emergency, but then sometimes we can have like very manipulative people who now decide everything could be an emergency because that's the only time you talk. So you have to be very clear about those things. Yeah. So if your life is in danger, sometimes even it's no contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I might not tell you immediately why it's no contact, because maybe I don't feel like I have the tools to be able to tell you.
Also, you might increase the danger.
Thank you. Yes. Because it might be the last thing I say.
Yes, yeah. Because I feel like some people who, even you deciding to have a conversation with them makes them more vindictive.
Yes.
Now they're like, sawa.
Yes. Now
utaona sasa.
Yes. Now they want whatever. So sometimes you just have to stay away and not explain anything. Yeah. And people are increasingly wicked. People are from different places. They want to use everything on you, and I know you are saying I don't bother anybody. You'd think that would make them leave you alone. That makes you a target.
Why though?
I don't know what is wrong with human beings. But
because
the minute you don't want to bother
yeah.
anybody is when now everybody's, because like I don't know that they think you are enjoying something somewhere in secret. I don't know what it is.
They see you and they feel, oh, Felly dresses amazing. She looks good. She's consistently on our screens. She should be having something or doing something that I should be doing as well. And they'll even go as far as to now befriend you so that they can learn from you. But ultimately, they're trying to be you.
Exactly. And that's the worst case of jealousy you'll have, is somebody wants to be you, because they will kill you. And they will do anything. So
we used to see these things in telenovelas.
And we used to
what? Someone even goes as far as to make themselves look like you.
Yes. There are people there who are going through things, and you must protect yourself. You can't save everybody. That's not your work. That's not your work.
Felly, how do we navigate the guilt of self-love, of choosing yourself? You reach to this place of awareness where you're able to accept that, if anything a human can do, I can do. And I have shortfalls. I have shortcomings as well. I disappoint people. I have been a pick-me-sha.
And sometimes I might be again in the future.
Yes, it might happen tomorrow.
Yes.
So how do I deal with this guilt of, first of all, learning how to choose myself? Because when you come from that upbringing of, you give out the best, especially in the African context. Hiyo keki kubwa, acha nipe mamangu.
Yes.
Ndakula ndogo.
So that everybody can.
Yes, how do I deal with that? Oh, it's usually for performance.
It's for performance, yeah. It's nini.
No, next time.
Yes.
Atasema, Robert haupeana ile.
Yes.
Piece kubwa.
And sometimes also you're doing hoping that they see it and then they will reciprocate, and usually they don't.
They don't.
Yes, they don't. They don't reciprocate. Yeah. It's
So you
unlearning.
give with your heart.
You give with your heart, yeah. I think it's unlearning. You must be willing to unlearn. And that's one thing we are not willing to do. And I think also that is also part of my frustration with a lot of my female friends and acquaintances and whatnot, who are from my age group, is not willing to see another point of view and think, okay, maybe, let me think about it. Maybe whatever it is I'm doing doesn't make too much sense. Yeah. So willingness to unlearn. You don't know everything. And even the things you know might not be correct. They might need some tweaking. Nothing is constant. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is a straight line unless you're dead. Yeah. So
how do they come to this realization though? Is it something you can teach someone, or is it something that they just awaken to at their own time? Because I've tried to have this conversation. You're trying to tell someone, okay, but can you see me? Can you see me as a woman? I'm talking to you. And they're just still stuck on their husband or a man or their son, or you almost can't argue with a pick-me-sha when it comes to trying to teach them how to see you as a woman, as a fellow woman. So how does someone reach this realization?
I think some people do, some people don't. Just the same way you go to their children in a classroom, there's some people get it, some don't get it, some need to read 3 times to get it.
Wengine lazima ulimwengu iwacharazi.
Yes, and I think the trap we fall into is trying to save people, because then it quickly turns toxic. Because if I'm trying to get you to do something and you can't do it, then now I want to start using manipulative tactics. If you don't do this happens to you. You are the reason. So you must also just be willing to let people continue with their lives. I think one of the things I have learned is things will just keep changing. One day somebody will see, and maybe when they're seeing what you're seeing now, you are going to be seeing something else.
Level different.
Different, yeah. So people's journeys are different. I think the most you can do is ask for a few people who understand and want to walk that journey. You must also then not be afraid of being alone. You must really start enjoying your company. I think those are one of the things we should do, because, again, women, we've always been taught that we need people. A man can be by himself, but a woman needs people, community. It's good. Everybody needs community. But what happens when
it's the wrong community?
Yeah, or there's no community. Yeah, so then you become
that. I think that kind of forces you now to look inward and to start teaching yourself how to.
Yeah.
Funny that you said that, because I think, you also mentioned that at 31, around 31 is when you're going through your divorce and all that. I think you being alone, you being forced to be alone, sometimes it's not intentional.
Yeah.
That's what sparks
yes.
Oh, wow, kumbe, I can choose myself, I can do things by myself.
It's true. I think
I can raise my kids. Ungekuwa married, bado, do you think you'd be sat here telling us these things?
Do you know? My God, would I even be alive? Maybe if I was alive, but if I'd be alive, I'd be picking papers outside. Mad. Mad, yeah. I think you are right, yeah. Not having any even reference for what
because
it is that
who are you looking up to tell you, this is what a divorced woman at 31 is doing. 31 is my age in like 2 years.
Imagine. So you're there.
With 5 kids?
4 kids. With 4 kids.
Bro.
You're there with 4 kids.
Cheesy.
Yeah, so you're there with 4 kids trying to figure out, okay, so how does dating even work? Okay, so how does this? And everybody's throwing things at you that have no basis. Oh, children of divorced women usually come out this way, and they're just like, so if the father died, what happens? Get me that thing then that happens when the father is dead. I've decided
no,
he's
that
dead.
one is different.
That one is different. Tell them then I've decided he's dead. Now give me that thing. I apply on them.
Yeah.
So you really must want to think. You really must want to think. And I find that very many of us can be very lazy when it comes to thinking. We don't want to sit down and actually listen to some of these rhetorics that people spew all over the place. We just take them as they are. Women, when they reach this age, they are expired. Now we start running, all of us, looking for a man.
To have babies with losers.
Imagine, and at whatever cost. And there are women who are giving birth at 60. Natural
healthy
birth.
babies.
Yeah. So nobody should wake up. And even now, in fact, I was telling somebody, now, latest research, I think from Harvard, where I'll look for it and send it to you, that there's actually nothing wrong with
I saw that research that says
our
actually
and our uterus don't age.
That says actually after 35, that's when you're strong,
yes,
you're healthier,
yes.
And not just physically.
The sperm,
yes,
and that one ages very fast. So now, if you have low quality sperm, then you have a hard pregnancy, chances of having deformed babies, miscarriages.
Yes.
All this is the sperm. All this time, women have been lying down in church.
At the age.
Yes, women have been lying down in church praying for their barren, and nobody prays for impotent men. They always pray, or low sperm count. They always praying for barren women. And these are the things you are saying. Can you hear yourself? Can you see for yourself?
They can't.
This is science. This is what science says. The man is the problem. Change the man.
Get a better one.
Change. Yes. There are many. There are so many. The other day, they said, and this was the Kenyan one, I think, they said the population, more boys have been born in the last how many years than girls.
You showed me that last night about like the male population being higher than the female, but now, they lie to us.
Yeah, now that one was even international. This one was a Kenyan. I'll look for that Kenyan one. That more male babies have been born in the last 5 years than girl babies, because the universe, that it's the natural way of doing things. There's always balance. There'll be a time girls will be more because maybe these other ones that were born earlier there are more men, and another time the boys. It will keep going like that, but there is never a situation where you say one man. For every women. 1 man, there are 6 or 8 women. So now you women, you must now start look. Otherwise, you'll wake up one day in the morning and you'll have no. Nani, come get out of here. You're just like, first of all, it's you I don't want. You just be. You're the one who's talking. Remove yourself from that equation. Yeah. But there's never. We really need to put more trust in ourselves, more trust in nature, more trust in the universe. More trust in God, whoever you perceive him to be, as long as he's not from a foreign religion. Because this foreign one came with a patriarchal manuscript. Yeah, and it's a patriarchal manuscript.
They don't even follow it themselves.
They don't follow it now. But all these things you see, even how women are depicted in the Bible, they're the ones who are used as moral lessons. Lot's wife turned to salt because she didn't listen. Jezebel, she was, I don't know who. Eve ate the fruit.
The prostitute washed legs.
Yes.
The
women always, there was always a moral lesson around women. Meanwhile, David slaughtered I don't know who and was marrying people's wives. Solomon had I don't know how many.
But he's being exalted for all these things.
Yes. Samson was a nuisance. He was busy cutting people's foreskins, killing whatever, but it was Delilah who was a problem. Delilah was sent in to neutralize this nuisance, this terrorist. Yes. And now they decided the
lesson is with Delilah.
Yes. Nobody's talking about all these things that this bugger did. How could that be?
Actually, I didn't even know anything about Samson. I just knew alikatwa nywele.
Can you imagine that?
That's all.
And all these things are lessons that are taught to us. And we're being told how, don't you be a Delilah, spirit of Jezebel. You are being told Queen Esther was such a great queen. She was the biggest pick-misha. She came in after Queen Vashti refused to dance for the king and his drunk friends, and probably maybe he wanted her to dance naked in front. Because how are you going to entertain this man? You're not going to be swinging from one side to next. They want you to gyrate and what not. And she said, fuck you. And then he was like, you said what to me? Get out of here. Get me other girls. And he paraded the girls. And Queen Esther had been washed and I don't know what. And then he said, give me that one. And then he slept with her and then decided she's going to be queen. And that's what you're telling us. That's what you're telling us to do. She could not even approach her husband.
It like this, it's looking so. Because I remember even when the CRE teacher was talking about these things, it looked like, oh wow, now it's looking
very
crazy.
Nice, yeah. But now when you can think, you're just like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, she couldn't even wake up and talk to her husband. She had to prepare food and stay days and days and days and days and fast and whatever to go and talk to her husband. That's not the type of life I'm trying to live. Please, I'm sorry.
Felly.
Yeah.
You have an event that is coming up
Yes, I do.
in a week's time.
In a week, yes.
Tell us a little bit about this event, but before that, say something to the pick-mishas.
Who know or the ones who don't know they are.
Wote.
No.
Wakaragaze wote kwa hiyo.
That's why I want to say all of us are pick-mishas. And all of us are not pick-mishas.
Okay, let me say something to the dangerous pick-mishas.
Yeah, and everybody is a potential danger. So I'll say this. We should actually sit down with what we think we know around relationship with men and relationship with our fellow women. We really need to sit down with the things we think we know and dissect it and pull it apart and have open conversations, because where we are heading is dangerous. I say it's dangerous because you think where we're heading is good, because still, even in the women who think they're empowered, who think they are feminists, are now starting to become a bit dangerous. They're wielding control. The control we were running from this side.
Imevuka, you said.
Yeah, we're in the animal farm.
Now my femininity coaches.
Yes.
Now
when
soft voice.
Yes. No, there are those ones for soft voice, and there are those ones of you people still marrying men. How can you still marry men? What's wrong with you people? I have a choice. I can marry a man if I want to.
Yes.
And
I want us to discuss that from
yes,
the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even in general, still, right now, it's such a problem that a woman wants a man. It's such a problem that a woman is okay with being with a man. And sometimes, like relationships are nuanced. Like a lot of the things, even between relationships, if it's done, I could do it in my house today, and because I have a good man, would be okay, but you'll be doing it in your house tomorrow, and you have a bad man, it's a problem. Or you could be doing it to your man, it's okay, but because your friend doesn't like your man, or your friend doesn't like that you have a man, now has a problem with
beef.
you. Yes, you understand? So we really need to have some open conversations. And at the end of it, decide that you must make for your choice. So I will fight for the right for you to have a choice, but not to choose what I think you should choose. Yeah.
Tusiingiliane, tukubali feminism in its entirety.
Yes.
Which means
that
letting
is,
letting women be who women want to be, whatever that looks like.
And you see, even that whole idea of feminism, it should be tailored to us as African women.
Yes.
You cannot be picking something from somewhere and coming to fight things here that nobody even understands what you're saying. You come and start fighting and we're just like, okay, why are we fighting?
Hatujafika huko Shiro.
Yes,
bado hata tunatry tu kuingia hata bunge bado.
And so sometimes but even you also have to appreciate our history also, because somebody can be coming and saying, women fought for the right to vote. We didn't fight for the right to vote. We voted. Yeah, so you might come down and say some women didn't really have a say because maybe they were in a situation where they were facing domestic abuse. So the husband of the bomber decided where everybody would vote. But we never had a problem with voting. We never had a problem with going to work. We've worked.
African women have always been
worked. Yeah, so we might say, okay, are we able to quantify this labor or country, or what happens? And sometimes you can be saying we worked, yes, and sometimes we worked along our men. There are cultures where you worked along their men. You fought wars alongside your men.
Yes.
So it's not
the
as
Mau,
easy. Yes.
The
difference, the woman king, the woman Kitili, I can't remember.
The women were so revered and worshipped and adored by the African
Our
men.
deities, we had very many female deities.
Yes.
So you
God
cannot...
of fertility,
yes.
God of what,
different
abundance.
Things. Yeah. There were so many things. The river gods, the what, all this, the mummy waters, etc. We had a lot of this. So we cannot pick something, and our fights must be tailored. And so let's not pick things and start saying, oh, women, you should not be marrying men. How can you marry men in this day and age? Then who are we going to marry?
We've been marrying men.
Yes, we are not stopping.
It's also nice to have your man up for you.
Yes.
Anakupapasa.
Exactly. Yeah. So some of us were made to marry men. There are some who want to marry women, which is okay, but then you can't disturb we must be able to empower ourselves in our experiences, in our reality, not in somebody else's reality. There are women, like now people will be talking, oh, how can you be a second or a third wife? You have no self-esteem and whatnot. A lot of our women leaders, past and some still now, are second, third wives. Fighting for women's rights has nothing to do with me getting into a relationship with a grown-up who is also in another relationship with we are all adults here. Yeah, whoever doesn't want can leave, or whoever wants to stay. But there's nobody who has been tricked yet.
Yeah.
And even if you are tricked, you're an adult. You can do something.
You're participating.
Yeah. So a lot of the lenses we are now using to look at women and whatnot, I fear will then now take an extreme. Yeah. So what I would say again to women is, let's really put under the microscope a lot of the things that we've been taught, a lot of the things that we have got from abroad or wherever, and come up with experiences for ourselves.
For ourselves.
Tailor.
For African women,
For
by African women.
Yes. And that goes even beyond just even things to do with health. Right now is when people are now talking things even about menopause. A lot of what we know, is it from us? It's not
from the white girls.
Yeah. So how does that work? And even if you take some black girls on that other side, she's not eating what I'm eating. She's not in the same environment. She's not, our genes are different, whatnot, and So let's actually sit down and start fighting our own wars with them. Because if you're a feminist organization on that side, what are you doing for me beyond coming to tell me I can marry another woman? What are you doing about my health? Yeah. So.
Tell us about your event that's coming up. I'd love to see. You told me you're bringing me a book. Did you manage?
I'm going to bring you a book, but okay. I have my authors.
Okay. Can I see? Oh, this is so beautiful, Falcona. Things I wish they told me. How to enjoy a relationship with an African man.
Yes.
So what do you tell us about African men and women enjoying relationships in this book?
So in this book, I know that title can make you think I'm going to tell you to wear lingerie and
it's like you're telling us
cook soft chapatis.
How to do nice things for men, and
no.
A girl like me, I don't like to do anything for men.
No, this one nice so that the men don't disturb us early. By the time they catch on, we know everything.
Oh, kuna secret tips and tricks.
You know the way people started posting those things that, dear ladies only, wash your hair with cold water after. Yes. They have gone.
Okay, clickbait.
Yes.
Umetunasa.
Yeah, so now that and now. So in this book, the basic thing is for an African woman to be herself and to go into a relationship as herself, not as what people would rather you be. A good woman, a quiet woman, a giving woman, a selfless woman.
Nurturing. Enduring.
No, we are not doing enduring and suffering. We were told all these things, and especially for us, and I know it's still told up to now, because there are sometimes I attend a wedding and that woman who cuts the cake, what is she called? The cake cutting.
Cake cutting.
That cake cutter. That cake cutter. The way she usually has some bad advice.
Yeah.
She usually kakema. Then she says that, utarisha bwanako aje. Now you have to come and show them how you're going to feed your husband.
And if you make a mistake, you have to go back and repeat.
Yes. And at some point I'm like, okay, how will you feed him? But first tell us where the food has come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where he has kept us so that she's able to feed him.
Yes.
That whatever, yeah. So we are saying it's no longer bubble gum. It's not enough. You cannot keep a relationship by cooking soft chapatis, making sure food is hot, having a warm towel with a thermos by your bed, wearing a lingerie and not singing any ngombe, having quiet children.
All these things don't matter. These people don't care about these things.
They don't. So you're there harassing yourself with one thing and not getting exactly what you need out of that relationship. First of all, maybe that was not even your choice, but you went along with it. Second, you have to think about things beyond just the two of us. It's me, him, his ancestors. living relatives. It's my ancestors, it's my living relatives. We're bringing all these people together. Are we compatible? Have we talked about it? Do we know about it? Have we come into this relationship, all of us knowing that we all have options? It's not you and my work is here to make you stay. So I'll be running from work to go and cook soft chapatis. The maid can't cook them because if he eats the maid,
chakula ya maid huyo.
na akikula ya maid ata sasa ataanza kulala na maid, and then still it's your fault. Sijui I'm running to look a certain way because if he goes, it's because of the way I look, it's because of the food I cooked, it's because of the sex I didn't give him. So now I'm learning styles. I'm in this town
Helicopter
at night.
kadunga. The scorpion.
You're doing everything chandeliers. As you want to do chandeliers, I didn't know those. Swinging.
Clearly, I need lessons.
With a whip.
Yes.
No, yeah, you're not demeaning yourself. I mean, you can explore as a couple that wants to explore, but imagine doing that for somebody because you're trying to get him to see you. It's so degrading.
It's pick-me-sha.
It's pick-me-sha, yes. A lot of the advice we were given for marriage is pick-me-shaism. You're just really pandering to this, to men, you're performing throughout. And that's not life. So we are saying, you know what? We can come into this relationship as two whole human beings. Two human beings that want to learn. Two human beings that respect each other. And we know you could go and I could go. But I'd like you to stay. So, and you want me to stay. Yes. So what do we do so that we stay? Yeah. So and having that type of conversation where it's not, I'm not in this marriage to keep you. And which is what we do. We're in a marriage to keep men heterosexual. We're in a marriage to keep men to ourselves.
Maybe that's not what they even want. They want completely different things.
And you should be able to choose one that wants the things you want. And if you're in there and it's not the one,
Una step.
Yeah.
Felly, where can we get this book and how do we attend your event?
Okay, so you can get the book from Nuria Bookshop.
Mm-hmm. How much is it going for?
800 shillings only.
Oh, okay.
Only. Those are two Heinekens, I think. Yeah, 800 bob only. So if you want to attend the event, the posters will be on because we've not even put the posters out as of now.
Yeah. When this is coming out, the posters will be out.
Yes. So on all my socials, Falgona Yoga, TikTok, Twitter, X, it's now X, Instagram, Facebook, my Substack. Yeah, so I'll get you.
Okay. Okay.
And if you can't attend, it's okay. Maybe just get the book, 800 bob. It's a really good book. I recommend it for all women. Instead of doing those bridal showers where you are teaching women how to have sex.
How to ride dick.
Kindly.
Teach them how to love themselves so that they're not wanting to be picked and chosen.
Thank you. So you're not getting yourself into situations where you are in problems with somebody who doesn't love you and who was like, anyway, so you said you are going to give me sex, I'm here.
Yeah. Felly, thank you so much for joining me throughout the hour. I have definitely enjoyed this.
Asante.
I love speaking to you so much.
Thank you. I love speaking to you too. I've always learned something.
Oh, and me?
Helicopter. I'm going to find out.
Ndakuonesha ukinionyesha chandelier. So guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Heartfelt with Bobbie. You know, it's truly amazing. Every time I have a conversation, especially with a woman, I not to diminish my conversations with men, but there's just something about a woman who, you know, loves you and cares for you and wants the best for you. Yes. It's just a different kind of energy. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, Felly is always going to be here at least kidogo tu once a week at least. So don't worry. I see your comments. I see mkitutetesha kwa comments. Wakituambia poteni tena mtaona kenye pole.
We apologize.
Please get your book. Things I wish they told me. How to enjoy a relationship with an African man. Follow Falgona Oyuga everywhere on social media. And as for me, follow me on Love and Orgasms. Roberta Bobbie everywhere on social media. Ask me your questions. Give me your feedback. I love to check out your messages. As long as you keep it respectful. Tell me the nice things you'd love to see, the comments, the topics you'd love for us to discuss. But so far, I am happy with everyone. I am happy with my work. I am happy with my fans. I am happy with the feedback. Thank you. So until next time, kwaheri.